watching Diecast Breakdown with Chuck Ellis, David Johns, and Mark McHotwheel. So sit back, strap in, and hang on. The breakdown starts now.
Well, hey there, folks. Chuck here, and welcome to Diecast Breakdown. We just got word that the gassers are not available anymore, so you might be hearing that announcement going on behind me. The joys of going live in an auditorium.
What does that mean? What gassers are you talking about?
Well, we'll get to that in a little bit, but first we want to thank you for joining us today, especially if you found out about us from the show. We appreciate you joining us here if you're not currently on the show floor shopping around. And, of course, I also want to give a special thank you to our patrons that make the show go. And, of course, that would be Mr. TWYCE Diecast. Thank you, David.
Yep.
Driven Dreams Org. Thank you, Mark. First and 64th Customs. Thank you, Christian. Video Geek Productions. Thank you, Adam. And, of course, Dane Self, who is kind enough to send us money directly, injecting it into our veins as opposed to through the patrons. If you want to know how to make the show go, you can visit diecastbreakdown.com or click the little join button down below. You'll get a little extra behind the scenes stuff from us. We're working on getting some more cool bonus content for you, but be sure to check that out while you're hitting the subscribe and like and all that stuff. And want to remind you really quick that while we're here on the show floor, we are collecting cars for Driven Dreams. You can visit drivendreams.org and learn how we're collecting 24,000 cars for kids in need around the world. We are just going to keep powering through here, folks. Again, if you've got any news or topics, if you're doing a race, you're doing a custom build-off, you got some news on your brand that you want talked about on the show, email diecastbreakdown@gmail.com, and we'll see what we can do about that. We are also actively looking for contributors. We've got Pia coming on, helping us with a couple of posts here and there. So Mad Visions, shout out to him. Thank you very much. But right now it's just, Mark, David, me, Kimber, Justin, and Pia doing what we can when we can, and contributing our videos as we got time. We all have day jobs. We are, like you just saw, actively paying to be a part of this show. But if you want to give up some of your time and help us make the show even better, we'd love to hear from you. Email diecastbreakdown@gmail.com. And while I'm thinking about it, I want to give a shout out to our small channel of the week. That would be, that's not it. Gaslands NorCal is the video that is the footage that I was supposed to show you. Gaslands NorCal, he's just tipped over 700 subscribers, but we're gonna let him through because he asked to be on back when he was in the 600s. Again, that is not the graphic, so I downloaded the wrong graphic. Take our word for it. Visit Gaslands NorCal. If you love Gaslands and customs, he's doing some really cool stuff. We love the whole Gaslands community, and we just love that people are doing cool stuff with their diecast. So, we are live. Shout out to the folks joining us live in the chat right now. I see Pia, Mad Visions. Thank you so much. Eddie, Derek's here. Aaron, Sean, Rudy. We are so thrilled that y'all are joining us today. We got Numbskull Diecast Racing. Yes, jobs, yuck indeed. Numbskull, we would much rather be doing this all day, but we do have to get back to reality on Monday and get back to our homes and our lives. But for now, we're here hanging out. And thanks, Eddie. We would really appreciate it if you're around us, kick that like button. But, while you're kicking that like button into gear, we're going to kick this show into gear. And I'm going to start with you, David. Tell me, you've done Diecast SuperCon 2023, and this is both of our first Hot Wheels collector national based event. What has been your takeaway so far from the show?
Takeaway is going to be consistent for every show. I love getting to know people that we all interact with anyway in our community, Chuck, like Eddie P, the Godfather.
Yep.
Drove down here from South Carolina to take in the show. We got a chance to meet him. He brought us some gifts.
We got jigs.
We got
customs.
We got simple custom swag.
Jigs. Yeah.
And it's just so cool to hang out and interact and not just giving somebody money for a custom or anything like that in terms of buying stuff. I'm talking about hanging out in the room, just having a good chat. A lot of times about everything other than diecast, getting to know people. So that was one of my most anticipated parts, and it didn't fail to deliver. Of course,
no. I was telling Mike Zarnock this today. It's weird to be first time at an event and feel like you're among family, seeing familiar faces, both YouTube creators and folks like Mike and the folks from Mattel, Brendan, Charlie. All those guys, and they're just kind of walking out among us, hanging out. We saw fellow YouTube creator Sean Nicholas. He's here with his wife and his newborn. Just the dedication to the craft, the family, the community that's here, and we've even run into people who we didn't know who actually knew who we were. What
get out of here!
I know it's we got sort of recognized by somebody. He was like, I know you from somewhere. And then I was like, oh, is it this? And he was like, yeah, that's it. So
that's cool.
Yeah, it's fun, David.
So why don't we paint the scene or set the scene? Where are we? Why are we in a loud, crowded room with a bunch of cool diecasts? And I'll try and give you guys just a little sneak peek. Chuck, tell us what this event is for today.
If you haven't figured out by now that we're bad with money, we are on a selling show floor, broadcasting, live streaming instead of selling cars, which is what people are actually doing right here. You can see Carly over there, Kraut Customs. He's doing these amazing hand-painted stuff. He's a German customizer that we were thrilled to get to know. But yeah, we are here the final day of Hot Wheels Collector Nationals. This is the day that's open to the public. The ballroom is open till 2 p.m. today. And people are milling about.
What's this line?
Checking. This line here is for the show cars, which, David, can you inform the folks what the show cars were this year?
Yeah, so we have 3 convention cars, along with some other special ones that you can get. But the main ones are the Copo Camaro, which we all got at the finale. It's a really cool metal flake blue, metal on metal. Copo Camaro, Pete, Old Man Diecast, would be quite happy to receive one of those, I'm sure. The other 2 that you got right when you registered for the show and got here, there was a Moon Eyes Gasser, Rudy Moons, thinking of you when we say that, as well as a pink Toyota Supra, Mark IV, I believe.
Yep.
It's got a little red, orange, and yellow on the rocker. Pretty cool carbon fiber hood. And the line that we've got are people who, which is really cool by Hot Wheels, Chuck, to allow the public the opportunity to buy some convention cars on the Sunday sales. The way it works is the attendees, as you might expect, would get first crack at them. You can buy those any day during the convention. You can buy up to 3 of certain ones and 1 of another. Then Sunday morning, which is where we're at today on the sales floor, the attendees can also pick up a couple extras, and then it's open to the public an hour later. So
yeah, and there's a variety of ways you can get the cars. The 2 show cars were available for purchase. They were about $36 each.
That's right. Yep.
And then there was the dinner show car, which you had to buy tickets to.
We didn't talk about that.
Yeah, so that's a Cowabunga, very pretty matte, kind of off-white and black Cowabunga with a really cool shark mouth surfboard on it. So that was a $150+ a seat event to sit down with Dwayne Vance from Hot Wheels and honor him for all the years of awesome stuff that he's done. And then there was the finale car, which everybody gets for free if you go to the finale.
Yep.
So
gotta stay. You can't dip in, get your cars, and dip out and get the finale.
What was the pink Mustang? You got a pink Mustang too.
Yeah, I don't know what. I guess that was just one that was included.
It was just available.
As available. It's not even listed on my ticket.
Well, and there was the Charity Bronco too.
There's a Charity Bronco. There's also a newsletter Corvette set that some newsletter subscribers or members get the opportunity to buy a 6-piece Corvette set. A lot of specialty offerings that you're not going to see other than the really high second market.
Pia says pink is the dinner car. So okay, I'll take Pia's word for it. I don't know. We didn't have to go to a dinner to get it.
No,
It was just available for purchase. But yeah, the thing that surprised me is I didn't realize people would immediately be reselling them. Like you go in and the dinner car is already for sale, $150, $170, $200.
Yeah.
Which, you know, at first you're like, okay, well, that's really, really expensive. But then you think the only way to get that car was to have paid the $150 already to get the ticket to be in there. And the cost associated with that just you know, evens it out a little bit. And it was very hard to get in. The tickets for that sold out instantaneously. For those who've been following, we tried to get tickets. I was a few minutes late, almost didn't get tickets. They were able to find some when there were some cancellations and get me in. And, you know, we were able to get the hotel room. That sold out within minutes. You know, the Dwayne Vance dinner sold out instantaneously. But, you know, it's really interesting because, you know, unlike SuperCon, the SuperCon has a floor that's always open. There's always vendors selling, but this event there's more like isolated events here and there. So you'll have like kids coloring contests and grown-up coloring contests. There's a drawing competition, so you can draw your own cars and submit those. Again, I saw Kraut Customs was one of the winners over there. He drew a really cool coffin-based dragster, and you know, then they have the custom car events, which I thought it was limited only to Hot Wheels. I saw some people entering stuff that weren't Hot Wheels, but I brought all my Hot Wheels customs that are left, which is like maybe 10 or 12 out of the 70 I built, and had those in the competition. I actually took second for my Cyber Porsche.
Congrats to Chuck on that.
Thank you very much. I don't think I have any photos of that with me on the reel, but that was a really nice honor. And, you know, we're very flattered that happened. It had a weird, the trophy had a casting on it that I was not familiar with. It's called like the Gangster Grin or something like that, Gangster Grinner. And it's a really, really slammed lowrider car, but it's really cool. It's got real riders on it, and just an honor to have that kind of memento to take home. But yeah, 164th Custom says, "Good day, Chuck and David," over on Instagram. Thank you. Ivan's in from North Carolina. Justin's here. Hey, Justin. That's my brother.
Yeah.
And yeah, Big A Diecasts.
What's up, Adrian?
For them. Hey, Adrian. Yeah, so let's see. What are we talking about next, David? What are well, the rooms. The rooms.
Yep,
you got
to do the rooms.
So the rooms are just kind of on a rolling. However you want to open them, you just open your door and people walk in, and it's very strange. It's like kind of being in a video game. You kind of go through a portal, because each one of these rooms has like a little bit of a hallway. So you got this little bit of limbo space where you're like, I don't know what's going to be around the corner. Is it going to be a lot of red lines? Is it going to be a lot of loose cars? Or you know, some people have signs, some people have lights. You're allowed to kind of decorate the hallway a little bit to help draw people in. Some people have, you know, flashing stuff. And hey, Mark, thank you so much, Mark, for $20 for the gas money to get home. Really appreciate that. DrivenDreams.org. Again, we are collecting cars here. We had the Driven Dreams box
we've got updates
out
on
in
that.
front of our hotel room, and a few people dropped some stuff off. We had Jennifer from the show very kindly just came by with a box full diecasts, carded diecasts to drop off and donate.
Let me say a little bit about that, because I want you guys to know this event is not set up and how about this, guys? We were seeing a live sale. Let's do $2.
It's okay, $2.
We're actually selling on the sales floor as we do our live
selling
broadcast.
and streaming.
So this event is not put on by Hot Wheels. This is a couple, Jennifer and Mark Milholland, that organize this event, get volunteers, set up the whole thing. They have Mattel's blessing, but this is kind of a family-run deal, and for them to take the time and get to know Driven Dreams, come by and donate a case of cars and possibly more is really amazing. I want to give a special shout out to Mark and Jennifer for just kind of taking us in and welcoming a couple of first timers to the convention and donating some cars for Driven Dreams. And we have got plenty of people who have donated, who have committed other donations, and have advised that they will be reporting their donations as well in the future. Chuck, a lot of exposure for Driven Dreams, and we're thrilled to be part of the vehicle that gets that word out.
Absolutely. And again, a shout out to Mike Gordon, who has also got one of these boxes and has been collecting cars in need and cars for kids in need. And again, you don't have to find a box to donate. You can take these cars, gather them up, document them, then take a picture of them, email Driven Dreams, and show where you're donating them to. If you can document dropping them off, that's great. And it's just a really great way to help kids out in your local community and to tally that up and help build that momentum and feel like you're part of something bigger. We're trying to get 24,000 cars for kids in need. And yeah, indeed, Mike is a rad dude.
Chuck, have we got time for a special cameo?
We do.
A quick cameo.
Yep.
We'll kind of flip the camera around.
Yeah.
Guys, we have royalty in the house. We've got the Godfather down from South Carolina. I'm going to flip this camera around. Eddie, wave to everybody. I'll tell you what they're saying. We got a lot of your friends in the chat as well. All the normal suspects. Viewers, listeners, if you got any questions you want to ask Eddie P real quick, we'll snag them here for a couple minutes before we move on to the next thing.
Eddie to Eddie saying hi. That's
Eddie
great.
Eddie Bunker Diecast says hello. Sends you his greetings and back at you, Eddie G. Wish we had a harmonica to do it officially. So I'm going to ask, and you can tell me, and I'll tell everybody. Eddie, how's your experience of the convention been so far?
Outstanding. These guys are great over here. Atlanta 2024, Crown Plaza Hotel.
All right.
A lot of great stuff here today, guys. A lot of great stuff.
What do you think about the sales floor and the opportunity to buy the convention cars for the folks that can't get quite to the convention themselves?
They're a little expensive.
a little expensive.
A little expensive.
So what'd you get?
I got 2 gases. My wife waited the line for me, and then we ended up buying them. It's great. Good stuff.
Right.
Good stuff for that price.
And listen, Eddie's his heart is bigger than his mouth. Sometimes he won't tell you that he packed Chuck and I some gift boxes and some customs that you'll see on later videos.
Stuff, yeah.
And thank you, Eddie, for coming.
Thank you, guys.
Absolutely.
Time to head back to South Carolina.
Time to get back to South Carolina. We'll see the Godfather on future videos, and just another part of why the convention is so special.
Yeah.
Chuck,
We met him. We met Steve Young.
Yeah.
Miniature Mustangs is here.
Miniature
We ran into
Mustangs.
Steve Young too.
Yeah.
Great
So
guy.
really awesome. So,
Thanks, guys.
right.
We'll catch you later.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Eddie.
Okay, thanks. I'll let you know if you win.
Did you get everything? Eddie stashed some of his stuff under our table because we're yep, there it is. All right, thank you. Very nice to meet you. All right.
I want to give you a sneak peek. We got some live buy-in going on.
Yep.
This is what we're doing. We're not only
I
are we
might have to
bringing
duck
you,
out for a second.
Yeah,
and do
we're-
some business here.
we're two-timing you guys. We're selling cars and talking about cars as well. Let's go back because we got to meet Steve from Miniature
Yes, sir.
Mustangs. What a cool fella, and just meeting these guys, Chuck, is the icing on the cake. We're having a great time anyway, and we get to meet some of our favorite YouTube creators at the same time. That's a no-brainer. A guy I didn't even know. We've got Bama Diecast. He stopped by, introduced himself. I told him I was from Alabama, so just another cool link up.
And Pia, we will be getting to our thoughts on the cars coming up. Numbskull Racing says he has a lot of non-raceable cars you'd be interested in donating. Be sure to visit drivendreams.org. There's all the information there on how to donate. Mark will be more than happy to help you with
make it
I know
really easy for you.
He's got ways now that he's been talking about doing loose cars, which is really cool. And so I've not seen any bubble gunners Numbskull, although to be fair, I really haven't been looking that hard. We've been so busy talking to the people at the show, and it's just, it's wild. You'll be walking along and you see Bruce Pascal, and he'll say hi, and you'll connect with
Mike Zarnock,
just dropping by
on real TV shows that we watched.
Yeah, Brendan came by the table and said, "Hey,
Chuck's got some special stories about his hangouts with Brendan."
Boy. We'll get to that in a little bit. Our friend John, you know him as Lamley, came by and said, "Hey," we got to chat with him a little bit. That was really cool. He's actually watched a few episodes. Hey, John, if you're watching, very nice to have you along.
To you, sir.
So,
and thank you for everything you do for the Diecast.
Absolutely. It was funny. I was able to be chatting with him while I was watching people watch replays of his live stream.
It was
from the finale.
Diecast Inception.
Yeah, I was like, wow. I'm like seeing people see you, see me, see you. And it was fun. And just kind of great to get kind of an inside aspect of the people who designed the cars. It was really cool as they were revealing the cars. There were all sorts of nods and Easter eggs. There's a car where a guy's mom ran a bakery, so he put a box of pastries on the driver's or the passenger seat, like he's making a delivery. I think
we've got the youngest Diecast collector in the world,
little baby.
Chuck, throw in the chat or watch the chat, because I'm going to ask our viewers right now if we do a segment where I am the roving reporter wandering the sales floor. What do they want to see? What do they want to know? Any questions we can answer, put that in the chat. I'm going to talk for a minute while Chuck seals the deal on some Diecast.
I'll be right back.
Is here.
I just realized I took your mic off as well.
Oh,
sorry, folks. We're back. Chuck, I forgot that we're both sharing. We're using a mixer, and when I muted myself, I muted David too. So go ahead, David. You were saying.
So what I was saying is, man, it was really good, guys. It was really eloquent. So thanks, Chuck. All right. So what do you guys want to see? Let me know. I will seek it out on the sales floor. A lot of cool people we have met. I'll go specifically looking for stuff if you want, but the variety is insane here. The absolute mountaintop of premium Hot Wheels.
Indeed. Yeah. And he had no designers currently on the floor. They were here earlier. They had an autograph session that kind of wrapped right at 10 a.m., which was surprising because they all had to catch their planes back to LA. But they were here. We had at least 3 days, maybe 4 days of autographs, 3 days of autographs
at least.
Yeah, because it was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You had opportunities for, the trick with a show like this, I think the biggest piece of advice I can give is be flexible. Keep an ear to the ground, listen, and be okay with change.
And seek out old timers that have been here before. They know the deal, and they know that this is a big operation to nail every detail.
Because stuff happens, schedules change. We would have missed out on the autograph sessions if we hadn't been talking to somebody in a room who was like, "Yeah, my wife's downstairs getting tickets for the autographs," which turns out you need tickets now for the autograph session, which again, they're free. You just have to show up an hour early, make sure you get them. Otherwise, you're going to be standing around waiting for something that's not going to come along. So can we try and find some Aussie cars? Fex Death wants to know.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, I had you represented, man. I brought all my Aussie Road Ragers and Beantes, and they loved them over here. Everybody loved them. A lot of people bought, cleaned me out, stuff they hadn't seen. So, yeah, if I can find them, I know Chuck's got a few Holdens in his dump bin in front of us. Got some.
They're pretty banged up. So.
Yeah, if I can find some good-looking Aussie stuff, absolutely, I got you covered.
Mm-hmm. So, while we're talking about cars and we're talking about the guests from Mattel, I'm gonna zip on over to my little picture file here, and we're gonna run through real quick.
Let's do this. This
some of the cars from the finale. You've seen them already if you've watched.
Maybe you have. Maybe you haven't.
Watched Lamley or T Hunted or Pia posting in Honest Diecast's Facebook group because I saw him posting stuff. But this was the big one that I was really excited about. This is the Mercedes-Benz 600 that's coming to the Red Line Club. 4 opening doors with windows. Just a really awesome technological engineering feat. That's a very hard thing to do in diecast just because of the softness of the metal and how hard it is to work with. But I guess Brendan and his team figured out a way to make that happen, which is super cool. There's this Ford Mustang. This is what was special about this Mustang? It's a Code Red. That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
So this is that 1,000+ horsepower non-street legal Mustang. It's going to be available. I'll probably not get this one, but it is kind of a cool thing if you're into Mustangs.
Leave yours for Mustang Hunter. He'll
exactly.
pick up yours.
He will definitely pick up a few of those for sure. Let's see what else we got. We got this is a Lamborghini Huracan that's an off-road, which I think is very cool. I love a good car that's not supposed to be off-roaded made into off-roading. Mm-hmm. This will be a mainline, I believe. We got Target Red Edition, Mercedes, BMW E30, and we've got this really cool design. This is a VW bus. It's actually licensed by Volkswagen, and very wild custom. That we'll see the 3D print of it in a few minutes. We've got a Kroger exclusive RX-7 with a Project Mu livery.
Time out.
Yeah.
How cool is it that we get to see mainlines, store exclusives, RLC, premiums? We've got to see like previews of almost every line of Hot Wheels. And you get the designer who designed it telling you all about it, why they did it. Some of them were personal cars. Some of them had Easter eggs. You already know about the Easter eggs. You can sound like the VIP when you share that on your in your friend group. So
impress your family that's already just trying their best to feign interest in your. I guess this new Quattro is getting a factory fresh version.
How about
I
that
love
Super
this
Treasure Hunt, guys? How about a clean Quattro Super Treasure Hunt?
Yeah, very cool. Walmart exclusive. Another Lambo. This one's really cool. This one got my attention. It's a vintage Lotus Formula One racer. Very cool. The initial release is going to be with a white interior as a throwback to the original cars that all had the white interiors. Hey,
the designer just walked by. One of our Hot Wheels
I take
designers.
it back. Mr. Wong just walked by, so that was really awesome. So I was able to greet them all in the autograph line. I had made customs for all of them. I made some cruisers that I will show later. And David's down.
David has left the building.
So this one really got my attention. I know Derek's going to be. I don't know if Derek will go for this or not because it's kind of a mainline. These are the track fleets. They used to be called like the truck something or other.
Yeah, truck and tow,
and tow and truck or something. And they've turned it into track fleet because they want to introduce more cars. I love a good Baja vehicle, and this has got an Overlander type trailer that's going with it. Cars are sold out, everybody. All right, so
we got another Chevy Nova from 36.
Well, while they're making their
Yeah, we'll
announcements,
keep trucking.
we'll keep trucking. This VW Golf Mark 7, which is blue because somebody on the team likes blue.
That's it. That
There's
was
some of the
a full definition.
some of the Easter eggs are simpler than others. You got this celebration set coming out with a Copo Camaro and a Viper and a Shelby GT500. This motorcycle set's interesting. I learned from I think it was Sean that told me this, that the motorcycles are all 1/32 scale. So if you're a 1/32 scale builder, pick up a few of these. These are part of the silver line. We are corrected that they are not called the mid levels or the mid-tier cars. The Porsche 914 Safari, the RX-3, Range Rover Classic, all coming to that. I love this. I'm very excited about this new Toyota Corolla 11 that's coming out. I believe was this a premium?
I think it is a premium.
Yes, this is a premium. I have come to appreciate
this might be from the Japan Historics Force. So.
Yeah, I think this was. So because there looks like there's more coming up here. Yeah, this is part of the Japan Historics series. So the RX-3 is coming back in premium. The 11 is new, very good looking casting. This is from their vintage racing series. These are a bunch of what if style liveries that are based on some vintage style graphics. Again, very cool with the Mustang, the Maverick. I'm excited about the Maverick. I'm sure Mr. Datsun Man's excited about the Datsun. The Honda Civic is getting a premium upgrade, which I'm excited about. I love this casting. I think it is a banger of a casting, even in mainline.
Wow, I did not know you felt that strongly.
Well,
and this is part of that Japan Historics Force, which the card art you'll see in a bit is a nod to the first one with the Rising Sun, I believe.
Yep. And this one, another one I'm really excited about. We got a 4-door from the that era, 60s and 70s that I like so much.
Prince
Skyline in 4-door, very stock looking setup. Very excited about that. All right, Datsun fans, brace yourself. That Datsun King Cab Baja Custom. This is this one coming to the is this a premium or an RLC, David?
This is a,
or is this elite?
This is a
I can't remember.
Looks like a premium to me.
Yeah, there is one that's an elite. The if you wanted that Mercedes hauler but didn't want to buy the Jay Leno set, this one is coming out soon with the Gullwing. I love this setup.
That got a pretty good round of applause.
I think a lot of people like me were like, oh, I've already got Jay's big steampunk car and weren't really into the newer cars and just wanted the hauler. So that one got a pretty good gasp from the crowd. We got a Subaru Forester STI.
How about this?
Yeah.
Matchbox Man, where are you at? I know he's got a
exactly.
Forester. This is a pretty cool one.
And you got what did they call these? They got names.
Raz and Roz or something like that.
Yeah, but they were very cool. 2-pack. It's coming out. I'm excited about this. The 4Runner with the 89 Supra. I bet Mark is really excited about that as well because I believe did he have this one or the generation before that? Mark, help us out here. We were told that it was widened. The Supra was widened slightly to make it look a little more Hot Wheelsy, but other than that, it's a pretty faithful recreation. The Ford Thunderbird Pro Stock is coming to the Boulevards. That one's cool. Got spoon fans. Yeah. We got spoon engines. Hector's got those spoons. Got some Porsches coming out for Derek. That's a 2-pack right there. That one's neat. I love this Sunny truck. Homage. And nice nod to that old school hard body. I always think of Chris Walker when I see that that design.
Yep.
And it makes me miss him. And
a Sunny and a
Sunny and a hard body. And I love that hard body casting. So I'm glad it's going to be available again. We got some Nissan racers. This Primera is really cool. Let's see, the 964.
How about a clean 964?
Yeah,
not bad. Not too bad.
Yeah. This one got my attention. This is a elite car. So, and you know, I'm eating my words a little bit with the elites. They really kind of turned the heat up on those, and this Bugatti is no exception. It has got some really cool, intricate parts. Look at the wheels on that thing.
Engine
It's got a
cover.
removable engine cover. You know, that's enough to make me rejoin the RLC right there. Still not feeling bad about not getting overdrive, by the way. Just full disclosure. Nissan 240 and Silvia, very cool there. And let's see, this one I like. There was some. Brendan said that they took the front end of the existing casting, added the wagon to the
M3.
back,
Mhm.
and then they wanted to. There was a disagreement over whether it was hood on or hood off, so they went with hood
So they gave you both.
removable. And so I'm excited about that. Love a good wagon. This one's the Elite Toyota.
That's it.
That's the stadium truck. That one's very cool. I grew up playing super off-road, so that one speaks to me at a deep personal level. That was my favorite game at the skating rink besides Cisco Heat, which I've already built that custom. So now I got another one to do. This Barracuda's coming back. It's a very cool version of the custom Barracuda. And so unfortunately, it was out of the room when Brendan did this, or I would have cheered loudly for him. It's so funny because Brendan is become the token muscle car guy on a group that's very much JDM and European cars. And, you know, although Brendan does his fair share of European and Japanese cars as well, but you could tell he gets visibly excited every time there's a domestic on screen. What did you think of this one, David? This one was pretty cool.
Yeah, you know, that's it's really well done. I say the same thing every time. They get better and better.
Yeah.
And they really are.
And of course, the McLaren on sale right now. Another one that's tempting me back into the RLC fold, just because those doors look really nice. And the Spectra Flame, I didn't think Spectra Flame could make that car look any better, and it does. It is a beautiful casting. Again, there's some different modifications that are going to be on the Elite 64 Stadium truck. There's another shot of the Bugatti. And you can get a little sneak peek of that 928 Safari back there. So we're probably going to be getting an elite version of that as well. And, you know, so that was that. They showed us a lot of really cool stuff. I'm going to walk through the prototypes now that we saw. There was, after the show, they had this lineup, and there's Brendan and Coils and Wong and Jimmy. And
The brain trust.
you know, they're all lined up. Answering questions, so you kind of get your way down the processional line, and you get to see all kinds of everything from fantasy castings like this slice of cake here really quick to there's the Indy car, or the not Indy car, the F1 car. Yeah. Oh, and there was that that's that new Nissan casting as well there as well. I can't remember what specifically that one was, but it's a newer casting, so that's
sorry. Yeah.
very cool. Saw the Citroen van is going to be coming back. That's cool. You can see the that Alpha is coming back as a premium. That's very cool.
Yep. The one with the cool wheels.
The one with the cool wheels, exactly. You can see that Prince as well. They're in all black. Some other new castings. Some of them they didn't even really touch on. This one got my attention. This is that Plymouth Savoy, and I got to hand it to their art team. That patina is some of the best mass-produced patina I've ever seen on a vehicle.
No, it's clean.
And it's a very nice casting. Very excited to add that to my collection. There's that.
Pardon me while we go sell some cars.
Yeah. David's going to be selling some cars while we flip through some stuff. There's a cool throwback casting. There's that Prince again. So going through, what else we got? Really cool Datsun truck. We got this cool bathtub for the rubber duck. I think that's really fun, the way they made the wave so that it holds the truck, and you got these cool pipes. That's awesome. This one I'm very excited about. This one is a Dwayne Vance design. It's the
Chuck, I have breaking news.
yes.
I have made you $1.
Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate that. I have earned $1 here, so $21 so far. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad. So this is the it's a version of the Drift Volvo that's been modified to tow a trailer. I think this is super cool. I love what he did with the Bugcation And this is kind of in a similar vein. You got kind of a drift car with a lowered, slammed trailer with some cool stuff on the top. Can't wait to get my hands on that and do some detailing. There's that Porsche with the Overland trailer again. Very, very cool. We got the Poison Pinto coming to Monster Truck World. That's neat. You got some fun fantasy cars as well. So, and again, real quick, here's as I was going through the line with the guys, I made 10 customs cruise bruisers that I'm sharing with people. And so I made 10 regular cars that look like this. And then I did 2 chases that looked kind of like this. This is the one I gave to Mike Zarnock. I made one special for Mike Zarnock because he was a very early guest on our show back when even fewer people knew who we were. And so this one got a little extra treatment. It's got chrome pipes. The anchor in the back is gold. It's got a green fender, some little extra weathering, and it's got some Real Rider tires on it, and license plates. The other one is a little more simplified, but still something really cool that I was pleased to give to a bunch of people. We met Doug Woods. He's a fellow customizer and designer. He's going to be coming on the show.
Yep.
He got one of these, and
Canadians well represented.
Yes, indeed. And this is the car that I made for Brendan. I'm going to be making a video of it. This is the Flatiron. He did all the crushed cars, and he was another very early guest on our show. And so I wanted to get this for him, and it's got a lot of Easter eggs in the graphics hidden for him that I'll be explaining on a future video. But again, David, just a really nice time, and Brendan and Mike and the designers were so thrilled to get the customs. We found some other really cool creators as well. Kent and Brent were real from where were they? Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
They oh man, can't remember off the top of my head, but these guys are really cool. They run kind of the central mid-state, something like that.
Yeah.
Mid-state Diecast. I'll look it up.
Forgive us, guys.
We're so sorry, but we're talking live and lots going on. I'm going to check the comments really, Pete, because we got a ton of comments while we were going through there. Let's see. Pete says, JD, you guys have a lot to look forward to. Great designs. Hey, Pete, did you hear we got a 2018 Copo Camaro as the finale car? A Type 5.9, says Sean, I guess. Yeah. PS says Elite's been putting out some good stuff. Yes, I agree.
And new stuff too.
Yeah.
That Bugatti is like, that came out of left field.
Yeah. Yeah. That Supra is really cool, effects depth. And, so the Mark III Supra, yes, Mad Visions is really excited about that. Honest Diecast is also very excited. And Mark has gifted someone a Diecast Media Network membership. That's really cool. Thank you, Mark. Yeah.
That's just doing Mark things.
Doing Mark things. We miss you, Mark. We wish you were here, but we're glad you
out.
and Kimber are taking care of little McHot Wheel, and we're excited to keep supporting Driven Dreams and have you back when you're ready. But yeah, lots of really cool stuff. Be sure to check out drivendreams.org if you haven't already. Yeah, thank you very much, Fax. That was a lot of fun to do that.
Fax, Brendan loved it. He talked about it for 5 minutes. Let's
okay.
Can I set the stage?
Set the stage. This is. I'm so sorry to everybody that was waiting in line.
So Diecast Breakdown is a proud member of a new club that I've started. It is how to get kicked out of the autograph session at a Hot Wheels convention. And I'm going to let Chuck tell the story.
Okay. So we're in line for the autograph sessions. Brendan is the first person in line. I'm like, okay, I gotta plan this very carefully because I've got 2 things I want him to sign. I want him to sign my Herbie monster truck card, and I want him to sign my De Tomaso Mangusta. And so I've got my stuff ready to go. I get in, I've got the custom ready. I go up, I hand it to him. I say, hey, you probably don't remember us. He sort of did. He was very kind if he didn't. And we talked a little bit. I showed him the car. I showed him some of the Easter eggs. He thought it was really cool. He called Charlie over. Charlie came over and looked at the hubs that I did for it. And he was like, hey, why don't we do that? And Brendan was like, why don't we do that? And I was like, yes, please, guys, put hubs on your crushed cars. That would be super awesome. So then, I showed him the Mangusta to sign, and he remembered that we talked about it on the show, and he wanted to show me how the male-female register clips work to hold the doors open, which is, again, super cool. Like, he's walking me through the process of how they made it so that these doors would stay open but still close cleanly. And I'm like realizing, okay, it's starting to get longer and longer. And he's, I mentioned, the Dodge van and the Power Wagon. He's like, oh, well, check this out. We got the 64 pickup coming up. And we started talking about that. And meanwhile, I'm starting to feel like holes getting bored in the back of my head. Well, I'm talking to him.
Probably 100 people in line waiting.
And so at this point, like, the line has completely cleared out. All of the other designers are just sitting there. Mike Zarnock next to them. And I'm going, what do I do? Because on one hand, I'm really enjoying this conversation with Brendan. On the other hand, I can feel people plotting my death. I could actually hear people muttering things as they're going. And David,
it's not all on Chuck. In fact, it's hardly any on Chuck. Brendan is that cool. He sat there and just wanted to talk to Chuck. And that wasn't even the end of it. I mean, he got a freaking hand-drawn picture on one of Chuck's
and it was not that
cards.
It was that. There it is. So we finished, and he saw the card, and he wanted to draw me a Herbie. So there it is. I got a special little drawing from Brendan, which was, again, super duper cool. He did not ask for that, but he gave it to me. And at this point, people are actually like saying, "Hey, move the line along." And he's drawing this, and he's I'm like, oh, he's just doing a little simple test. And then he starts putting the treads on the tires, and I'm like, oh, no. But, we got through. We moved on. Got to meet Coils and Charlie and Jimmy and
the people that are making
the really cool cars. And they were all super kind, super generous with their time. They all really enjoyed the customs. And, again, just really nice to meet all of them. We got to sit in on Mike Zarnock giving a talk about insurance.
Yep.
That's a very interesting thing that we're going to be actually talking about on a future episode. He's agreed to come on a future episode of Diecast Breakdown, join us again to be talking about insuring your collection, which is actually a very important thing, because it turns out your homeowner's insurance is not nearly as comprehensive as you think it is, especially when it comes to collectibles. So, hey to Chuck and David from Rob over at the pond. Hi to Mark and Eddie too. Thank you, 33 DC Customs. Appreciate you joining us over on Instagram. So, for folks who don't know, StreamYard is not showing me the comments from Instagram, so I have to keep jumping between StreamYard and Instagram to see you guys. Rock on, guys from No Dak Wolf. Thank you very much. I would say you guys and Lamley help us peeps not attending get a cool view of the show. Again, thank you, Ivan.
Yeah, that's all we're trying to do.
And that was again super cool to connect with John and hang out with him a little bit. Again, very generous with his time, very kind. We
busy man.
We had stuff for him.
For us.
We had stuff for him. He had stuff for us, and as Pia pointed out, do we get any sleep? Yes, we did actually get some sleep. We forced ourselves to sleep.
Okay.
There were folks that were out shopping at 3 a.m. room to room still, people staying up all night. And David, I think the word of this trip for me was whatnot. How about you?
Yeah, we heard a lot of this and that and whatnot, and pardon that pun, but man, there's a lot of stuff happening on whatnot. A lot of content, a lot of cool diecast content. A lot of people are doing big things, and a lot of people are putting a lot of resources toward whatnot. Streams, we hopped on. We just watched. We didn't participate, but we hopped on one that Lamley did and did the previews. And the way they had it set up, guys, you could just roll from stream to stream to stream. I think they call it rating.
Yeah,
and kind of move from creator to creator to creator. And it was kind of a big event here. So, we've hopped on it before in the past for the St. Jude auction that, Diecast Misfits did. And it went smooth, and I see a lot of you guys use it and enjoy the platform. So, we're here to say that a lot of people are doing it, and if you're not, check it out. It's
I'm gonna have to start
got
paying
a lot of stuff going on.
It's really hot. There are people that are doing it full time. There are people doing it more than full time. There are people that they said that they know that were streaming as long as they possibly could. Diecast dude, hey Dan, shout out
What
to him.
is up,
He is
brother?
joining us from the Netherlands. So we got folks from all over the world on the stream today. Super awesome to have you all here
Yeah.
with us as we're wrapping
do I need
up
to
the
start
show.
getting ready to walk around?
We got 10
Okay.
more minutes
All right.
to hang here. So folks, what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk for another 10 minutes here, get our hour in. We could easily talk for another 3 hours about everything that's happened at this show. And all the amazing folks we've seen and talked to. But after that, we're going to take a quick break. And then when we come back, David's going to do a little roving. And we're going to see how well my wireless microphones work.
No guarantees, guys. It could all go belly up as soon as we
We're
unplug.
making that part up as we go. But, we want to try and give as big a picture of our first time experience at the show as we can. But Pia brought up what is it like to meet, I'll let you start, David. What is it like to meet people that we've already had on the show in person?
So it's really neat to see the people that we thought we knew from our interview are exactly who they are. And I'm not blowing smoke. We're not getting sponsorships from anybody. Everybody we talk to, they've just been who they are. What you see is what you get. And there's not, there's some people that have higher profiles, but I mean, if we're all honest here, we're talking about Diecast, prestige. But with that said, they're still authentic. And like I said, people that have a lot going on at these conventions always find time to talk to you. This is one community, Chuck, where people still get it, that it's about the fans and the people that buy the product. And what I like about this convention and others that we've been to is that they make the designers and the personalities accessible, and you get some face time with people. You can tell them, stuff you'd like to see differently, or give them a pat on the back. And just to be able to do that and not drop a question in a box when you walk in,
Sure,
and have them read it on some panel that we all sit in a room and watch them talk on stage. It's not that. It's Chuck hanging out with Brendan for 5 minutes, going over a custom, and me, giving knuckle daps to Mike Zarnock when we pass each other in the hall. That's just Or running into Bruce Pascal in the parking
Bruce
garage.
got to check out the Valiant. He thought it was really cool, or he was very kind enough to make it seem like he was really interested in the car. But and meet folks like Kraut Customs. There's other customizers here. There's guys. I'm going to post a video later showing some of the customs. There's a gentleman here that he hand paints wood grain and hits it with a 2-stage clear coat, and you'd swear they're whittled out of the finest teak and mahogany, and just absolutely gorgeous.
And he won an award for his custom here.
He
at
did,
the event,
and
so.
well deserved.
Yep.
And that's the other thing too. Like entering a custom show. This was my first time entering a custom show in person. I've done some stuff like I'm currently in the middle of the super ginormous build off the Diecast Graveyard's doing, and that's pretty cool. But it's just my first time showing up and filling out an entry form and going, okay, here's my car on display with a bunch of really, really talented, international builders. And it was tough. I sympathize with Paul Udelis over at Fat Guy Productions when he entered at Diecast SuperCon, because do you enter in the pro category or the amateur category? Because I'm like, I've entered some stuff, sort of build offs and such, but they're not really like, aside from the even Diecast Graveyard isn't really judged, it's voted. So they said basically as long as I hadn't won an award before in a contest, I could register as an amateur. So I did, and I'm glad I did, because
you're done. You're a pro.
Now I got to register as a pro. Is a very, very good problem to have, I guess. But yeah, even in the amateur category, like incredible talent. They had and what I loved was there were children's categories, 5 and under, 11 to 6, and then I think 15 to it's 12 to 15.
Good to see some young collectors.
A lot of young collectors, young customizers doing really fun stuff. It was funny. A lot of them were doing food themes, which I thought was really interesting. Food themes are very popular customs. for the kids.
Good to see female collectors too. Like
Yeah.
we know they're out there. We just sometimes we don't see as many as we like.
I was actually the winner of the diorama contest was a woman. She built these this really cool donut box with a really cool big fake donut that had donut drifters racing around the top of it. It had a Lard Lad from The Simpsons sticker on it. It was very, very clever, very creative. And you know, that's the thing when you enter a custom contest, like, you know, you've got weathered builds like I do and post-apocalyptic builds, and then you've got incredible builds. Somebody had individually rhinestoned a car over and over and over again, 55 gasser with just thousands of rhinestones on it. I mean, hours and hours of work went into that. And again, wood grain painting, carts grafted into other cars with sculpted figures in them. One of the ones that won was a Batmobile, 2 tuned Batmobiles with the Batman and Joker sculptures that the person had handmade, very cleverly done. So, you know, again, I have, you know, I was honored to lose to these people because the talent was so palpable on the tables that I was like, this is any person's game. Any of these cars would deserve to win. It's just how the judges broke, and I was very fortunate that the judging on the diorama side broke in my favor. So looking forward to competing in another custom event very soon.
So you're listening to a legend, folks. That's
I
your
wouldn't go
takeaway.
that far.
I would.
Runner up to a legend, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's about right.
Yeah. We're not the legends. We're the guys who know the legends, and sometimes they hang out with us. And we're really honored for that. And I think that's really been kind of the thing for us too, is really figuring out our place in all this, and really what this means to us and what we're trying to be. And, you know, if you're coming to us for the latest in diecast news, you're probably going to be disappointed. We only have so much time to cover news in our day. We aren't the best customizers. We aren't the best sellers on whatnot. But what we do like to be and what we do want to be the best at is being the opportunity for the fans to connect with the other people in the industry that are making cool stuff happen, and talk to them and get to know the people behind these stories. And I tell people all the time, one of the things that I'm, you know, I'm so sorry that we lost Chris Walker, but I'm so honored that we were able to get a chance to sit down with him for an hour and talk about his life and talk about the man behind these legendary customs, and to get to, you know, spend some time with Brendan and Larry and just talk about where they came from, what their design influences were, and really get those interviews that you don't get on, you know, even like a History Channel documentary, because you're getting sound bites, you're getting clips, you're getting moments in time, and we provide an opportunity for a long form conversation for people to say what's on their mind, where they came from, where they're going. I just saw Dwayne Vance strolling by, so there are some designers still
dinner here. Award winners,
so maybe we'll get a chance to say hey to him later.
Yeah.
So you know, and again, they were very gracious. They're expressing interest to be on the show, so hopefully we'll get some more Hot Wheels designers on the show very soon. And oh, thank you, Diecast dude. He's we're making Diecast history, says Diecast dude.
Heck yeah.
Pete says we are the best at being you, Chuck and David. That's what we like. Well,
that's
thank you so much.
That's all we can be.
Yeah, that is about all we can be. Marcus just says, I'm just a myth. You are not a myth. You're a legend in our hearts, Mark. You are doing the Lord's work there with Driven Dreams, and we are grateful to that. But yeah, we're so thrilled that you've joined along with us. We've been going for almost an hour now. We're going to take a quick break in a few minutes, and then we're going to come back and do some more live. But, you know, if you haven't already, please punch that like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you're watching us on Instagram, hi, 4 people on Instagram. We see you. We're grateful that you're there. I don't know if there's anybody on Facebook Live. I'm not seeing any, but that's all right, because
check your MySpace.
You know, check your MySpace, your Friendster apps. Look outside for the smoke signals from the Diecast Media Network signal fire. You know, again, you know, we're just so honored that you're here. Grateful for our patrons, grateful for our friends, our family that are allowing us to pursue this crazy idea. And you know, again, we're looking forward to more great stuff in 2024. We're looking forward to more conventions, more opportunities to be here. It's because of support from folks like you that we can even do this stuff. And you know, we're literally selling our our collections as we go to help pay for stuff. I think I've just about paid for gas. I think Mark was enough for me to pay for gas for the old Valiant to get back home. But and then I gotta pay David back for the room. Still, we're finishing tallying all that stuff up. So again, I can't thank my co-host David enough for being here and making this happen. This does not exist without David and his organizational skills, because I do not have them. And it does not exist without Mark making the connections, maintaining the relationships, chatting to people. We see you, Mark. We appreciate Pia. He's been getting better. He's much better at following the news than we are, and he's making posts on our community tabs. So check those out. Those will be from him. And shout out, as Pia says, shout out to the wives. The deal with our silly obsession. Yeah, and again, we're grateful to them, and we're looking forward to getting back home to them as well. David is a beautiful genius, says Mark. We could not agree more. So. But all right, David, any final thoughts as we're wrapping up our hour live here?
Great, whatever effort it took to get here to make this happen, the entire thing,
absolutely worth it.
So yeah, that's my takeaway. I'm gonna go jump off. I'm going to get ready to do some walking. I got my tennis shoes on, and I hope to find some really cool stuff for you guys.
Dane has appeared in the chat just as we're wrapping things up. Hey, Dane.
Dane, we'll be right back.
We appreciate
hang
you.
Around.
We're going to be live back here in a few minutes, roving around. David has got some business to deal with. He's going to hop off real quick here. But again, I want to thank you all for being here. We are going to be safe going home, Pete. Thank you so much. Thanks again to our patrons who make the show go. If you want to join their ranks, you can visit diecastbreakdown.com. Or while you're looking for more awesome Diecast content, visit TWYCE Diecast and DrivenDreams.org. Their links are in the description of this video. Again, shout out to the patrons, TWYCE Diecast, DrivenDreams.org, First 64th Customs, Video Geek Productions, and of course, Mr. Day himself. Thank you all. Thank you to the folks here at the Palace Hotel for putting on Palace Hotel. That's Blues Brothers. We're in the Crown Plaza Hotel. Wow. And they've put on an amazing show. Again, shout out to Mark and Jennifer for making this happen. The staff, the volunteers. It's just a lot to keep active and keep going, and they are really crushing it. Again, I'm looking forward to the next year. If we can make it, it's going to be in St. Louis. I don't know if we can make it or not, but we're going to do our best to try. We've had a lot of people invite us to come to LA. We would love to come to LA. If we stumble across a pile of money, we will be very happy to go to LA. But as we wrap things up, I do want to thank you again for being here. It's been an absolute delight hanging out with all y'all. And we will be back in a few minutes. Yeah, exactly. I got Blues Brothers on the brain. But as always, we want to thank you for coming along with us for the ride. So until next time, stay fresh, cheese bags.